Once upon a time, a long time ago, three young men named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego lived in the vast empire of Babylon. They were chosen to serve in the royal palace because of their sharp minds and excellent discipline, surrounded every day by people who would bow, compromise, and trade their integrity just to secure wealth and human favors. But these three men understood the temporary rhythm of worldly power. They knew that the honors of kings fade into dust. They refused to give their vital energy to the hype of the empire or seek validation from the masses. They kept their internal frequency locked exclusively on the Creator, anchoring their minds in absolute stillness and guarding their focus against the spiritual chaos of the city. The absolute boundary of their faith was tested when King Nebuchadnezzar built a giant statue of gold and ordered that at the sound of the royal music, every person must fall down and worship it. The king decreed that anyone who refused would be thrown instantly into a blazing furnace of fire. The crowd panicked, rushing to obey out of sheer survival instinct and emotional urgency. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego remained standing, the furious king brought them forward and demanded they submit or face the flames. The three men did not flinch or allow a system glitch of fear to enter their hearts. They treated the king's intense rage simply as empty data, and answered calmly that their God was able to deliver them, but even if he did not, they would never give their energy to a golden idol. The peak of the struggle arrived when the king, blinded by ego and impulse, ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than ever before, so intense that the flames killed the strong soldiers who threw the three men inside. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were tied up and cast directly into the heart of the roaring white-hot fire, while the court watched from a distance, believing their framework was permanently destroyed. But in the center of the extreme heat, the ropes that bound them instantly burned away, leaving them completely free. They did not scream or burn. They walked around in the middle of the fire in absolute stillness and peace. For a fourth figure, like the Son of God, stood right there with them, turning a place of destruction into a spacious sanctuary of divine protection. The king approached the mouth of the furnace in total shock and called them out, realizing that human power had met its absolute limit. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stepped out of the heat into the cool morning air, and the entire assembly gathered around to inspect them. Not a single hair on their heads was singed, their robes were completely untouched, and there was not even the smell of smoke upon their flesh. The king immediately declared that no other god could deliver in this way, shifting the entire polarity of the empire's laws and promoting the three servants to high positions. Their ultimate survival proved to history that when you refuse to bow to the temporary pressures of people and give your highest focus to the eternal, the fires of the world cannot touch your center.